Last night's encounter officially confirms the Chennai Super Kings as the worst team in this year's IPL. Now, it was a tricky game yet again for the CSK at the Chepauk as they went on to lose to the Sunrisers Hyderabad. But it, of course, was a very interesting game because everything seemed to be going the Chennai Super Kings' way for a change. You had young Ayush Matre come out all guns blazing. You had Duval Brevis get a really good score in quick time. And it did look like the Chennai Super Kings were on their way to 180. Of course, that eventually did not pan out and they only got 154. But even from there, when they came out in that second innings, Chennai Super Kings went on to have their best power play with the ball, giving away just 37 runs and getting 2 wickets. And not only that, but the Sunrisers Hyderabad were 55 for 3 in that ninth over. Now, here's where the change happened, right? It's not particularly the ninth over, but it's the fact that the Sunrisers Hyderabad batters were willing to sweat it out in the middle, bide their time, and slowly take down the opposition. Chennai Super Kings did not particularly put a foot wrong. Of course, there was the drop catch of Ishan Kishan. But apart from that, it seemed like the bowlers were doing a pretty decent job. And this is where it was so important that the Sunrisers Hyderabad had set batters. What it did was because of the fact that these batters knew the conditions, they were able to manipulate the way the bowlers were approaching their innings. You'd see a lot of footage and a lot of boundaries where the batters are moving around in their crease, which threw the bowlers off their lengths. Tirana and Noor Ahmed especially were struggling a bit when the batters were moving around, and this eventually led to them bowling loose deliveries that the Sunrisers batters then capitalized on, eventually leading to a very comfortable chase for the Sunrisers Hyderabad.